Hi, welcome to my platform, Linda's TV show. If it's your first time of coming across this platform and you like what I do here, my dear good friend, you are welcome. After watching this video, please put on your notification bell to all notification. It's very, very important because it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. To my old subscribers, my old followers, to those who are dedicated, who always watch, share my video. Oh, what can I give to you? May God Almighty bless you all and grant that your heart desires. In this platform, I upload video on daily basis based on what is happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land. After watching, please share and subscribe. And I also sit down here to watch the video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to say our opinion. You are free to criticize, but let us always do it constructively as we go into today's video.
Go to the court, go to the court. You begin to wonder. What exactly do they have? They are not helping the judges in the Supreme Court when they are saying go to the court. Because the same argument they are making in your paper today, somebody wrote that the elections didn't add up. I mean, the rigging didn't add up. It's as well as just saying to me that if I steal from the pot of soup one piece of meat, it's not stealing. Come on, we should be fair with ourselves. It didn't add up because...
This is why INEC and APC members say PDP and Labour Party should go to court. Why they keep saying go to court, go to court, and go to court if you are not satisfied. APC members, listen to what these US ambassadors they talk concerning this election, Nigerian problems, and all the politicians. See the reason why they say go to court. But I promise, court will fail them this time around. It's not going to be business as usual. Their plan of telling Labour Party to go to court, Labour Party will defeat them in court. Their plan will not work. Watch and share this video.
Nigerian diplomat who served in many countries of the world, including the United States, Togo, Ethiopia, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Namibia, just to mention a few. Thank you very much for joining us, Ambassador Keshi. Good morning. Good to have you on the morning show.
Good morning, Ruben. And, good morning, Ruben.
Well, quickly, let's have your take on the elections of February the 25th. Did the conduct of the election meet your expectations? And what is it that INEC will not do on February 25? The INEC says it will fix in less than 5 days or so to the March 11 election.
Thank you very much, Ruben. I think as the United States ambassador said, and as many, almost all the international observers that were in Nigeria also have said, and most Nigerian people, the election did not meet the expected threshold or what was promised by INEC. And for me, I think the second day after the voting and the results were being uploaded, and we noticed that things started going wrong, and Jega came out, beg your pardon, Mahmoud came out, the INEC chairman began to announce the result. I think the first thing on one of your programs here in the evening was that I said Mahmoud could have done two things. Number one, he could have tallied a while. First of all, he could have actually apologized to Nigerians and explained what was happening to the people. It was an obligation he owed us to do that. Second thing I said was that he should have tallied a while and investigate, at least do a quick investigation of what was happening and let us know. In that way, you help to, give credibility to the process. And for the length of time that it took to announce the result, I'm aware of the fact that the leaders of the world who were here as observers were urging him to slow down. We're actually trying to pressurize him to investigate some of the allegations in order to give credibility to the process. Somehow he went ahead, rushed the process through, and now he's telling us that a number of things went wrong. Look, it doesn't make sense saying it now. You should have tallied a while. In some countries, presidential election results are announced over a period of 1 or 2 weeks. The heavens won't fall if we had waited for a few, in order to give credibility to the process. And everybody will accept that the election was free and fair. But here we are, disputing the elections again, and we are about to hand over the elections to the Supreme Court. And what is so sad about it, that even those who are celebrating are not even helping matters. When everybody begins to say in a mood of celebration, go to the courts, go to the court, go to the court, you begin to wonder, what exactly do they have? They are not helping the judges in the Supreme Court when they are saying go to the court. Because the same argument they are making in your paper today, somebody wrote that the elections didn't add up. I mean, the rigging didn't add up. It's as well as just saying to me that if I steal from the pot of soup 1 piece of meat, it's not stealing. Come on, we should be fair with ourselves. It didn't add up because a number of things went wrong, and now we are being promised they are going to fix it. They should have fixed it before they announce the result in order to give credibility to the process.
All right, Ambassador. So the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, as we just quoted, as Dr. quoted, Mary Beth Leonard, has praised the PDP candidate and Labour Party candidate, Atiku and Obi, respectively, for seeking legal redress in this, for the last election. However, some other chieftains, statesmen have called on the two parties to seek peace instead and asked them to reconcile with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to working for a better Nigeria. What's your take on this? Do you think they should just see it as they've lost, let them move forward, let's move ahead and find a way to working for Nigeria, or what's the importance of them seeking legal address?
I think you are beginning to push the narrative that is all over the place. Look, when people, I'm in favor of what some leaders have been trying to say. Look, pursue your grievances through the process of going to court to seek for redress. That is the normal thing, and I believe the law of the land, agrees to that. The law of the land has made it obligatory that those who are aggrieved should seek redress in the court of law. That is acceptable. But it is also nice to remember all the time that those who are not prepared for peaceful change should be ready for violent reactions, because there are enough people who are aggrieved about the outcome of this, election. And so when everybody begins to say, no, don't go to court, pursue, accept what has happened, come on, if it has happened to you, you won't accept it. Look, this is a question of justice. It's a question of fairness. At the end of the day, you can't participate, you can't go to an exam and you pass, or that an electoral decide not to pass you, and then you decide you are not going to pursue your grievances because you want peace. No, everybody should be committed to peace. But stop telling people, accept defeat and go home and rest. Let those who are aggrieved go to the court, and if the court decide otherwise, that's the end of the game, and there will be peace in this land at the end of the day. And those who are shouting the sing-song of APC victorious characters, everybody shouting, go to court, go to court, go to court. For goodness sake, they are not helping. They are putting extra pressures on the judiciary itself. Because right now, you go to the streets, I'm not too sure how many people will tell you they have confidence in the Supreme Court. And you find another group of people shouting, go to court, go to court. What is it in that court that they have prepared that they are asking everybody to go to court? A Nigerian actually wrote recently in one of the, to say that if somebody steals for you, you catch a thief in your house and he says, go to the police, know that his brother is a member of the police force. So let's just calm down, allow the process to run its full course, but we should be careful the narratives we are pushing here and there. Elections have been decided by INEC. INEC itself has admitted that things didn't go all well. My grievances is that the INEC chairman was told from day one to slow down, investigate the process, see, you can repair these things, tell the Nigerian people what was going on, and then you can continue to announce the result. You rushed the result, and now you are saying to people, oh, logistics, officials, and everything went wrong, but you fix it. So unfortunate, really, that at the end of this election that was, that everybody thought would be a game changer, we are now going to end up with the Supreme Court deciding who will be Nigeria's next president.
Okay, two things. Number one is, a lot of people have argued, and I'd like to get your take on it, that the INEC chairman could actually slow things down. All the laws were in his hands to be able to do that, but he chose just to rush it so quick and quickly give the winner the certificate of return, negating even the 25% threshold in Abuja at the FCT, as it was said. That's one. Number two will be the question around the outlook by the international community. I mean, we are beginning to see all sorts. The Financial Times said Nigeria's flawed election. The consensus with the international press is that our election is flawed. What do you say about all of this?
Well, look, that is the reality, except you were not on ground in this country. That's absolutely the reality. And this is why it is so painful. Because we could have tallied a while and do the right thing. There is so much. Look, do you know the number of observers that were here to witness this election? Do you know the number of world leaders, former presidents that came to this country? They came to this country not just to observe the election, but to help give credibility to the Nigerian state at the end of the election. Regrettably, we failed everybody. We failed ourselves. We failed, the international community that was hoping. You need to be at some of these meetings to listen to some of these leaders, what they were saying. They were expressing openly here in Hilton their disappointment with the whole process. And for goodness sake, look, it's not just whether some people lost or some people won. At the end of the day, it is the Nigerian image and Nigeria as a country that lost. So for those who are celebrating, they should bear this in mind and tone down they have the right to celebrate, but bear in mind what others are saying. And so if the Supreme Court decides otherwise, fair and good, we accept it. That's the law of the land. But it will go down in history that this election, contrary to what was promised, did not meet the threshold. And everybody is saying the same thing. I mean, nobody from the international community has said anything different. And quite a number of Nigerians are saying, the same thing, except those who are convinced that they won. I watched a gentleman here yesterday, at one of your night programs, defending the victory, and I felt so sorry for the elected president, because the gentleman was even further making it difficult for people to accept that they won. He couldn't even intelligently defend the victory, and was just creating more narratives, unintelligent narratives about the process itself. Once the process was flawed, you cannot say the election was not flawed. It's as simple as that, But as I said, everybody is saying, let's go to the Supreme Court. I just hope the Supreme Court will do the right thing. And for the Supreme Court to do the right thing, let me appeal to the judges of the Supreme Court. For their own sake, for goodness sake, for their own sake, let them allow camera into the courtroom for the first time, so that Nigerian people can follow the case itself. And at the end of the day, whatever judgment they give, Nigerians will probably go satisfied that, yes, they followed the trial, they heard all the evidence, the Supreme Court judges were right. So I appeal to the court, if you are listening to me, to the judges, allow camera into the courts for the first time, so that Nigerians can listen to the evidence and be convinced that the judges, are as credible as we want them to be.
Well, Ambassador Keshia, will I be right to say that you appear to be very skeptical about our courts? Do you suspect that our courts are incapable of doing justice, particularly with regard to this February 25 presidential election? And secondly, what do you think of the lead story in this morning, saying that some people are already hustling to become president of the next assembly, the 10th National Assembly. Do you think that the rush is too early, even before the ink dried on the ballot papers of 25th of February?
Please, could you repeat your first one? I'll come back to the second one.
I said I get the impression that you are skeptical. Yeah, is it that you are skeptical that the courts will not do justice in the presidential, contest?
No. I'm not skeptical. Look, the average Nigerian on the street, it's skeptical, not jokeshi. For me, I'm hoping that the court. The Supreme Court will do the right thing. And for their own sake, I'm saying, given what everybody is saying about the courts today, to help the judges and the Nigerian people, I'm saying, let them open up the court, let them allow cameras into the courtroom, and let it be something that Nigerians can watch. So whatever decision they take at the end of the day, it will remove whatever doubts Nigerians have, because they heard the evidence themselves. They listen to it, and they could make their own informed judgment. So, look, I can be frank with you. The Supreme Court is the last hope for all of us. So whatever they decide, there's nothing we can do. But the truth of the matter is that we sincerely hope this time around, because since 1999, every election has been decided on technicalities. So our hope is that they will decide on the facts and the law in this case. On the second issue about what the world has been saying, that is normal. In your headline today, as you rightly pointed out, it's almost as if some people do not seem to understand that we need to consistently get things right. I look at everybody that is being proposed, and regrettably, when I was looking at the papers on my way here, I was just shaking my head, I'm not too sure exactly what we think this country is. That is the best of the people we can put off to be president of the Senate. I have my respect for everybody in that team, but for goodness sake, I think we can do better. That is my position. We can actually do better. Let's stop giving the impression that certain things don't matter. Character matter, competence matter. You can't begin to just look at the people that are being proposed and then you begin to say to yourself, this is right. No, it is wrong. It is time we allow certain things to happen. Look for new set of people. This country is not made for the same people only. There must be some other good characters in the House that can be president and that can be president of the Senate and that can be Speaker of the House. For goodness sake, let the members of the House try to do something better than what we are seeing in the newspapers.
All right, so talking about something different, despite the challenges that plagued the last elections, one of the things that we must admit is that the outcome, the results have definitely shown that Nigeria's political terrain architecture will not be the same, especially perhaps again or in this cycle. We saw new parties emerge. We saw new candidates emerge as winners in the House of Assembly, in different states. We saw an APC stronghold in a particular state taken by the new, Labour Party. What do you think? What lessons do you think we can leverage from the experience of last weekend for a better Nigeria, in the interests of Nigeria?
Ayo, I wish I can be as optimistic as you are. You have to really go down the history of political behavior in this country. If Labour Party, does not take steps to strengthen itself as quickly as possible, I can begin to tell you that by the end of this cycle, and we are set for the next election, most of the party members may have been bought over to cross into one party or the other, defeating the whole enthusiasm that brought them in the first instance. What could have changed the whole dynamics of Nigerian politics would have been if this election had gone on right and results properly announced and possibly a new leadership emerges. Then your expectation will be correct. But as it is now, I do not think that I agree with you that the dynamics have changed. I think we are going to continue to live with what we have in the past. And come 4 years from now, it's still going to be the same story if we do not get it right based on the judgment of the courts.
Okay, two things. Do you think the INEC chairman has a right to be able to say the next elections will be good when, as of today, out of the 176,000 polling units of the presidential election, only 162,000 has been uploaded on the IRF? So based on the technological antecedents, the elections upload are not complete. The results have not been fully uploaded. So do you think the INEC chairman has a temerity to talk about the next elections when he has not concluded one? Also owing to the fact that the election results on the IRF should take a lot of precedence. Go ahead, sir.
I don't think he should be talking of the next election, really. You know, if he has any honor, he should honestly resign and let some other fellow complete the process. Look, let me draw your attention. Nigerians miss this. Let me draw your attention to President Olusegun Obasanjo's letter before the election. There was a particular line that was very instructive for me, if I remember clearly, but I know I heard it when I was listening to the tape. He said, look, Mahmoud, this is an opportunity for you to redeem your reputation. Anybody can translate that into whatever they like, but for me, heavily loaded statement. This is an opportunity for you to redeem your reputation. Here is a man who refused, who was told from day one that things have gone wrong. Here is a man who was told from day one, slow down, check some of these things. You have the DSS, you have the National Intelligence Agency, you have the police. They could help you cross-check these things, you know, at a jiffy, and then you still announce the result. You said no. You continued full speed. You announced the result, and then days later, you're admitting that a number of things went wrong. Honestly, I'm on television, so I really don't know how to describe such a fellow, but whatever the case, I don't see why he should rush to any election. Again, let me make an appeal to, if he wants to conduct another election, he should tally a while, fix up these things. Oh, look, by the way, Rufai, I hope you know that the National Assembly results were going in the beavers. It was the presidential results that were, you know, affected. So the question now for tech experts is, why was one going and the other was?
Hello, my wonderful people. As we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.